The post-apocalyptic madness of the Borderlands series has kept gamers immersed in its wacky world for nearly 13 years, but will Tiny Tina's Wonderlands live up to the Borderlands chaos? I'm AJ, this is 128KB, and if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed for more PS5 previews. Between sequels, prequels, DLCs, and spin-offs, you'd think we have seen everything there is to see from the Borderlands universe. However, with the newest spin-off, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, we get to see the Borderlands universe from an entirely new perspective. Wonderlands is presented to gamers as a fantasy version of the classic Borderlands gameplay, taking place entirely within a D&D-like tabletop game being dungeon mastered by the pint-sized, unhinged Tiny Tina. With the release of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands quickly approaching, let's take a look at some of the features that make this stand out from the standard Borderlands experience. For the first time in the Borderlands series, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands lets you create your very own character. Whereas previous games had 4 pre-made characters to choose from, each with their own skills and abilities, Wonderlands throws you into a character creator and allows your imagination to run wild, mixing and matching aesthetics as well as character skills. The game gets away with this as a result of that tabletop game concept, which in this case is called Bunkers and Badasses instead of obviously Dungeons and Dragons. Nice. So whether you want to play as a classic gorgeous hero or heroine or some kind of monstrosity, you can do it all in Wonderlands. Another first for the Borderlands series is the inclusion of melee weapons. Wonderlands has several different melee weapon types, including swords, hammers, and axes, each being made by different manufacturers, just as with the gun system in the past games. These melee weapons also participate in the procedurally generated nature of the weapons in the past games, ensuring each weapon you pick up will have different attributes. The melee combat isn't expected to replace the gunplay that Borderlands is known for, as you of course still have access to the series' staple gunplay, but its inclusion is very welcomed and helps sell the medieval fantasy setting of Wonderlands. While Wonderlands keeps the many guns the series is known for, it does get rid of the grenade system. In its place, we are given the spell system, which functions in much the same way. Throughout the game, you'll loot spell books, and each of these spell books will contain a procedurally generated spell with unique skills and attributes. For instance, you might find a fireball spell that casts a single fireball towards a single enemy, or a fireball spell that casts multiple homing fireballs at several enemies at once. All of this will boil down to the procedural generation system, but it adds an awesome fantasy styling to the game as a whole. There is even a class dedicated to spellcasting called the Spellshot class. These sorcerers use guns and spells to mow down enemies or to turn them into sheep, depending on what spells you have available. These, of course, are just a few of the features that we are looking forward to with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. There's also an overworld with its own missions and puzzles, many new fantastical enemies to fight, the multi-class system, and the appearance of Her Royal Majesty Queen Butt Stallion. If past Borderlands games are anything to go by, there'll be dozens of hours of fun to be had in Wonderlands, and we can't wait to get our hands on it later this month. But if you can't wait that long to see this game, then maybe check out this other preview we've done to get you excited about something that's coming even sooner. And until the next time, thanks for watching.